Got to make a call on a swipe or something like that. Make a call.
One, two, three, Tigers! One, two, three, Dogs!
Hello one, hello all, and welcome to Similori Field here in Westerly. And what a matchup we have ahead for you today on this absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon. The Lady Bulldogs softball team is hosting the Tigers from Tiverton. Tiverton comes in with a 1-4 record, but you gotta hold the train a little bit on that and look at the record in depth. They have already faced the number 1, number 2, and number 3 team in the league, as has Westerly. Those 3 teams being Mount Hope, Prout, and Middletown. So this could be a more even matchup than the records show. Westerly is 4-2, looking to bounce back off their last game. So we'll see what happens. The leadoff hitter is about to step in. Looks like a lefty. But first, I'm going to announce us in. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. Together, we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We are your only source for Westerly sports, and we are about to get things started. Sophie Valentini with the first pitch, and here we go. About to get your Saturday jump started, folks, and she starts it off with a strike. Valentini, if you're a little behind in the wide world of Westerly sporting news, was the recent winner of Athlete of the Week. And pitch number 2, a running swing and a miss. Sort of a running bunt attempt there, and 0-2, quickly ahead of the first hitter. I'll get more into that award, but it's an absolutely great honor for a sophomore to get so early in the season. And her third pitch of the day is up and away swing and foul back, so 0-2 the count. Number 4 for the Tigers stays alive. As I was saying earlier, in the league, Mount Hope, obviously right now they're the class of the league. They're undefeated. We just caught a glimpse of them, and their pitcher was pretty impressive. And it's just another swinging grounder to Store. Store fields it running, throws to first, and gets her on time. Unhappy is the runner. We're going to see on the replay here, because, yes, we have a replay at Wesley.live, and just on time, maybe, hopefully. Regardless, we move on. One out in the top of the first inning here, folks. If you're just joining us, it's top of the first inning. We have Lady Bulldog fast pitch softball. The Tiverton Tigers in town. Bulldogs looking to bounce back. And a pop up on the first pitch to the third base. As long as you can see it, she's got it. And that is 2 down on only 5 pitches. Exactly the way Valentini wanted to start things off. Valentini, a sophomore, towing the rubber, which is going to be you're going to hear that pretty much every game for the next 3 years. She's already impressive as heck as a sophomore, and it's going to be so exciting to watch this entire team grow. This team has 0 seniors. And for his pitch, breaking ball away, and that's a beauty. That's the pitch right there. If she has control of that pitch, it breaks hard enough that the batter can't reach it. Starts in as a strike and then just dives away. Second pitch, that's another one. That dove down, too, as well. So right on top of things, so far this game, Valentini is hot hand to open things on top of the first. 0-2 count. Hasn't been behind the hitter yet. And that pitch is up and in. Backs her up a little bit. Lets her know what's going on here in the top of the first. So nobody on, 2 down. And Valentini, the 2-strike pitch, in the dirt. So that'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the first. Valentini started the season off on fire. We'll get into her early season statistics in between innings. And the pitch swung on, check swing fouled off, so she'll stay alive. There's no better way to start your Saturday than watch this from home or come out. It's a beautiful day, and they try to pull an outside pitch, a breaking ball, soft fly ball. Storrs got it for the third out of the inning, an innocent, harmless little pop-up, and it's because of that breaking pitch by Valentini just diving away from the hitter, forcing her to reach from it. So a great top of the first for Valentini and the Bulldogs, a low pitch count, 3 up, 3 down, and they will take their turn at the plate here in the bottom of the first. So as I was saying earlier, Valentini, a sophomore, struck out 24 batters in two appearances. She pitched a 3-hitter in both appearances and had a .50 ERA through the first 2 games of the season. She also combined for a 407 at the plate with 2 doubles and a pair of RBIs, receiving 1,407 votes for Athlete of the Week ending April 9th. Moving forward, week ending April 16th, Westerly's nominee is Dean Ponce Jr., the senior baseball team, which we'll talk about later because they are hitting their stride and they are hitting it early. Ponce struck out 12 and didn't walk a batter in a complete game victory against Prout. Scattered 6 hits, allowed just 2 runs to improve to 2-0 in 13 innings this season. He has 21 strikeouts and 3 walks with an ERA of 1.08. So that is week ending April 16th. I can update you just off the top of my head. I know his ERA at the moment is 0.37. So he has just gotten better since his voting ballot got printed for this award. We'll talk further about the baseball team who has yet to lose this season. So as I watch the Tigers warm up, it's definitely going to be an adjustment. The Bulldogs coming off of a buzzsaw of a Mount Hope team. That Husky team comes in well. They can hit, they can field, but boy, can they ever pitch. The pitcher obviously had a great performance. I'll tell you what, I could have stood in there for 10 at-bats in a row, and I probably would not have made contact. There was so much movement on that young lady's pitch, as well as velocity when she needed it, always in command. Come to find out after the game, I should have done a little bit more homework, best pitcher in the state. And we see why. So now the Bulldogs are looking for a bounce-back victory, and they couldn't have started this game any better. 1-2-3, top of the first. Valentini coming out with confidence, with command, and that's what you need. You don't normally always see that out of a sophomore. Sometimes it takes a game to bounce back, or at least a few innings. But showing command the minute she got on, being able to erase the last game. And she didn't really pitch bad the last game at all. It wasn't her. It was pretty much the opposing team. There was not much this Westerly team could do on that afternoon. As far as the top 3 teams in the division go, one of them Westerly did knock off, being Middletown. And that's the difference between these 2 teams versus those 3 teams. Westerly won that game on the back of Sophie Valentini. She tossed a shutout, and the Bulldogs won 3-0. So hopefully that victory comes back and helps them down the line. And stepping in and leading off for the Bulldogs, the shortstop, Alex Storr. First pitch of the game, here we go. And it is a called strike. She lets it go. The multi-sport star, Storr, shortstop for the Bulldogs. Corners playing up. Has the ability to bunt, but can really swing the bat. She can make good contacts, there's no doubt. And second pitch, breaking ball, fouled off quickly down 0-2. Good velocity on the Tigers pitches. First 2 pitches, number 2 for the Tigers. No numbers online. All I can provide you with is numbers. And a breaking ball right up the middle, roped in just to the side of the pitcher, almost corner. Way to lead off the game for the Bulldogs. First thing, 3 up, 3 down on defense, and a leadoff hit by Storr. Absolutely laced just to the right of the pitcher, and thankfully so. Definitely don't want to, that's one of the most dangerous situations possible, but that's absolutely perfect contact. So the Bulldogs in business early. And Dina Arnold, team leader, catcher, at bat for the Bulldogs. In her open stance, squares to bunt. Lets it go, pass ball, and it went off of her foot, it looks like, because she's going to take first base, and the runner is going to be held at second. So first pitch, and first 2 batters reach base. Squared to bunt, might have messed with the pitcher a little bit, but definitely caught her foot apparently. And the Bulldogs definitely in business now. Nobody out and 2 on. And in steps the pitcher, Valentini. Arnold will get a pinch runner. So number 15, Sophie Valentini in for the Bulldogs. In business early. Any Bulldog capable of getting the bunt signed by Coach Leppy. He has always been known for that. And that one goes behind the batter, pass ball, and that's going to advance them. Almost hit Valentini, but it's better that they didn't. Both runners now up in scoring position. So the first two pitches of the game, number 2, is right in business. Good velocity, quick 2 strikes, up 0-2 on Storr. Since then, since Storr laced it up right by her, you never know if mentally that pitch, that can mess with a pitcher. And fouled off to the right. Almost being struck by a pitcher or being struck by a pitcher really can mentally affect a pitcher. Since that hit, she's been all over the place. So we'll see if she can hopefully bounce back as far as if you're rooting for the Tigers, that is. Me being biased, of course, working for Westerly.live. And Valentini in, waiting for the pitch. And right over the middle, grounds it past the third baseman down the line in no man's land. Definitely going to clear the bases, and she could walk into second base. And the Bulldogs' first 3 hitters, 2 runs in and a runner on second ready to go. So the Bulldogs quickly up 2-0, nobody out, and Valentini in scoring position at second base. The Bulldogs have 2 hits and 1 hit batsman in their first 3 batters. Valentini will get the pitcher switch, and number 24 will come in and run for Valentini, Ava Diortona, and hopefully they can get her around third into home. At bat is Emma Caracciolo for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs starting fresh again, nobody out, runner on second. And the first pitch is in for a strike. No, anybody, like I said, capable of bunting, but Caracciolo really can put the bat on the ball. So with nobody out, you might as well not sacrifice an out at all right now. And the delivery of the pitch up and away. So that gets away from the catcher, and third is going to be taken. There's going to be a throw, but that gets by, and good thing for the backup. So the Bulldogs now have a runner on third who will score if there's a ground ball to the right, you would imagine, or any kind of a lift to the outfield or a hit. And the third run will be across the board. Right up in on the plate is Caracciolo. So this pitch is pretty much either missing the spot by a lot or putting it right there at the moment for the Bulldogs. Fouled back for a second strike. Quick-paced game at the moment. Bulldogs swinging early on in the count and obviously being rewarded for doing so. They came ready to play, and obviously it didn't take long to shake off the rust from last game. And that's a breaking ball, swung on and flown to left. Nobody's going to get there if it stays fair, and it doesn't. Close to the line. That was almost in no man's land like the last one. She'll have to try to do it again with a little bit of an adjustment. 2 strikes still. Didn't get all of it for certain, but almost dropped it into that little triangle. Right fielder playing more of the line. There's a big hole in right center. I would shift my left fielder over a bit, especially after seeing that. And the pitch up and away. So when they're away by a lot. They're hitting batters, going behind batters, high and away. But when they're over the plate, the Bulldogs are doing what they can with it. The dugout is alive. There's a nice crowd here at Similori Field today because it's so beautiful out. And she holds on the swing. So 0-2 all the way back to a full count. Excellent at bat by Caracciolo. About 3 foul balls. Nice at bat. Bulldogs working up to pitch count early. I'm coming to find out the pitch counts in this are very high. A lot higher than you would see in baseball. And she flies it. Goes with the pitch to right field. She's going to score the runner either way. It drops in front of her for a single. And there's going to be a play at the plate, but it was tapped by the first baseman. I don't think there was a play anyway. So the 4th Bulldog in a row to reach 3 runs in and a runner on first. Nobody out, and here we go. Up to bat number 1, Lily Vetolino, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs start fresh here again. A frustrated pitcher, it appears, on the rubber, and who wouldn't be to start things off. Long ride to get here from Tiverton. You don't like to start that quickly, and a nice pitch. Good velocity on the breaking ball. Not a lot of break. It's a short break, more of a, about the amount you would see on a cutter, just in the opposite direction. So the Bulldogs coming off of a pitch who had a break that was just beyond impressive, and high and away, 2 balls. So the score here, if you're just joining us, we are in the bottom of the first inning. The score 3-0 Bulldogs. There is nobody out. The count is 1-1. Lily Vetolino at bat. Right over the plate, foul straight back. She's got pretty good pop, this pitcher, on her straight pitch, but it is very straight. And the Bulldogs can hit a fastball. Any Bulldog can bunt. Any Bulldog can hit a fastball. That's one of Punch and Judy softball, Punch and Judy baseball is definitely one of the fundamentals that Coach Luppy imposes on his players. And that is hit. Popped up. Shortstop's trying to find it, and we'll rein it in, and that's the first out of the inning. So the Bulldogs with one down and one on. Number 12 at bat, Tori Gabriel for the Bulldogs. Looking to try to add their 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Runner on first. First pitch is a breaking ball, goes to right with it. Will it stay fair? No. About 2 feet foul. That's the second time, this time the other way. Nice job of going the other way with it. Didn't get a lot of it, but it's that same no man's land. And that would have probably brought around Valentini to third. A correction, a substitute runner. That's Caracciolo on first. And the pitch, and that's going to be up and away. Good eye by Gabriel. Not much wind down on the field, not a cloud in the sky. There is no better place to be. And if you can't be there, we're bringing it to you high and away. That spot's been and it's a tough spot if you're a pitcher and you keep hitting it because it's not all that alluring to a batter. So you're not going to get them chasing too much when it's up and away. If it's just high, sometimes it looks like a meatball to a batter. But that pitch, they're not going to have a hard time laying off. That one's in there for a strike. So she gets that strike on the inside portion of the plate. 2-2 count now. 1 out. Going to have to get the bat off the shoulders here if it's in or around the plate. The delivery and the pitch is on the inside portion. She lets it go. Strike 3. So the second out for the Bulldogs. Strikeout looking. So the pitcher is starting to put a halt to things and find a little bit of her groove. Number 19 at bat for the Bulldogs. And a slow breaking pitch. That breaking ball slows down quite a bit. Isabella Austin up for the Bulldogs. And that's up and away. 1-1 the count. Dugout urging Austin on. And the kick and the pitch. And it's a nice little breaking ball on the inner portion, just low. So 2-1 pitch. The problem being that I'm going to see going forward is not a problem for the Bulldogs. The breaking ball is at such a lower speed that they're going to be able to make the adjustment to it, and they have. She's gone less to it on these 2 outs she's gotten, and that's back to the fastball, swing and a miss over the outer portion of the plate. So that breaking ball is either up and away with a little bit of pop, or it kind of hangs over the plate a little bit. And delivery and the pitch, and that's off the front shoulder. No, she ducked it away. I thought she went a quarter elbow. 2 strikes, you might want to leave that elbow in there. Never know. So the count's full now for Isabella Austin. 2 outs. Runner on first base. She will be off on the catch. There she goes. Fouled off. She will have to return. And I say off on the catch because that's the rule. In softball, you don't take off on the release like you would in baseball. Speaking of baseball, I'll update you on the Westerly baseball team. And their goings on as they're in action as we speak. Coincidentally, they are in Tiverton right now, so the buses must have passed on the highway, and hopefully they're having similar results. Slow down breaking ball, pulled to third base, field and throw to first, and that'll end the inning for the Tigers. So the Bulldogs get on the board with 3 in the first inning, and after 1 inning of play, Westerly 3 and the Tiverton Tigers 0. So this production brought to you in part by Remy's Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling accessory, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, also located in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model buildings, stuffed animals. Valenti Subaru sales and service, located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly RI. Valenti means value. With over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile are the cornerstones our business is built upon. McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning. Mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off a new phone with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. All right, folks, the warm-ups are done, and we're getting ready to start at the top of the second inning. Number 16 will step in the box to lead off for the Tigers. And they're looking to get their offense started for the game as the Bulldogs start off on fire. Valentini starts off on fire. 3 up, 3 down in the first, and their first pitch just off and away on the upper outer portion of the plate. 1-0 the count. Defense at normal depth, playing pretty much straight away. And that's a nice breaking ball. A little bit of a screwball spin on that pitch, slowed down a little bit, and it's fouled back. 1-1 the count. Crowd continues to grow down the third baseline, Westerly's line. Stands are full, and family members and friends and fans are in lawn chairs. And if you can't be here, you should be tuning in. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only source for Westerly sports, folks. If it's happening in Westerly, we're going to bring it to you live. And swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. Valentini's delivery over the plate, swing and a miss. So 4 up, 4 down for the Tiverton Tigers, for the Bulldogs, really, and a strikeout for Valentini to start the second. 1 up, 1 down. Bulldogs could not have started this any better. Valentini could not have started this any better. And that's a ground ball, first pitch swinging hop. Nice job by Storr to field it, and nice throw to first. Bulldogs retire the batter in 1 pitch. And we're going to do the count, 5 up, 5 down for the Bulldogs. They're doing it. And Storr, nice adjustment on the high hop, as you saw on the replay. And she's got a great arm in the missile to first. Great accuracy as well. Shortstop, generally your best or one of your better athletes, and that is the case in Storr. Only a sophomore. We're going to see her for a while in a few sports. And it's quite a talent. So quickly ahead in the count is Valentini. Number 5 up for the Tigers. And second pitch, check swing, but it's a strike anyway. So 0-2 the count. Quickly ahead. Nobody on, 2 outs for Valentini. The Bulldogs looking ahead to the dugout already. I feel like I haven't even started here. Foul back, she will stay alive, down 0-2. Valentini will quick pitch the offense if they allow it. Right now the Tigers haven't called for a timeout. She's not going all that quick, but she will get into her groove, probably not even noticing. And she will go. So that ball's a little bit low, skids away from Arnold. With nobody on, that may happen, but it's very rare if there's a base runner, anything get by Arnold. She's been doing this since she's been a freshman, and she's got more time to come. So it's a huge, huge key to a team's defense. It's the leader on the defense is their catcher. And that's the same case for the baseball team, and Travis Costa is their catcher. And that's a line drive up the middle. It's going to be the first hit of the day for the Tigers. So they get their first base runner with a line drive up the middle. And a nice job batting with 2 strikes. Got a little bit too much of the plate, Valentini did. Maybe wanted to head to the dugout a little too quick. Nothing to get all that concerned with. It's that spinner. There's really no break on that pitch. It's a little bit of an off-speed pitch with maybe a screwball spin, but it's not really moving a lot. I don't know the intention behind it. So this is a first pitch swinging out of play, 0-1 the count, quickly ahead. That may be the intention, a knuckleball type idea. She's got that breaking ball away, that's working well, and she's got pop on her straight pitch. So Valentini is firing on them all right now, ahead of every batter. And that's up and away, and she catches stealing Arnold with a missile, and not even time to slide. She got it there 5 steps ahead of the runner, and tagged out, and that will end the inning. So that essentially does prove six batters, seventh batter reached the plate for 1 pitch. But 6 people have been up and 6 people have been retired. Batter number 7 in the order will lead off the 3rd inning for the Tigers. Bulldogs started off this game on fire, and a perfect way to end the top of the 2nd inning was with the heat-seeking missile of Dina Arnold to beat the runner, as you saw live and on that replay. Didn't even have time to get into a slide. And that's like I said, I was just talking about how important it is. Ridiculously enough, I was just talking about how important a catcher is to a team's defense, and right there, that's why. It could have been a runner in scoring position, a little bit of a momentum jump for the Tigers. Instead, it was a nail in the coffin of the 2nd inning, and a motivation and a momentum bump for the Bulldogs. So, That being said, let's talk a little bit about the baseball team. They've taken the diamond 8 times this year. The record is 8-0 overall, 6-0 in their division. And so everything they're firing on all cylinders. They are, as a couple articles read differently, but they are definitely number 1 in Division 2. This says Rhode Island State ranked number 1, so they could be ranked number 1 in the entire state. They've scored 61 runs. They've given up only 18. Pretty dominant. And they've had a couple tough games, according to the coach, where they thought they haven't been firing on all cylinders, and they've been able to win those games. They're going to be back in action here right at Similori Field on the 26th. They're in action right now at Tiverton. I'll try to get an update before the end of this one if possible, if I can get a hold of Coach Spazzato. Obviously, we can't be interrupting him during his game. So we will be hearing and talking a lot more about this Bulldog baseball team as they are firing on all cylinders early on in the season, and they are just starting to hit their groove. They have pitching, they have hitting, and when they're not firing on all cylinders, they have timely hitting, but they always have good defense and fundamentals. So I have some individual stats I can bring to you as this game progresses, but it's time to play some offense as the Bulldogs step in the box here in the bottom of the second inning with a 3-0 lead. Nobody on, nobody out. Corners playing semi-up. And the first pitch is up and away a ball. Kaylee Lamb at bat for the Bulldogs. Kaylee Lamb capable of bunting or swinging. 1-0 the count. And that one's low and in. It might have hit her foot. I heard a weird sound, but no, that was just the ground. She got out of the way on time. Umpire asked. It sounded like a hitter. Umpire even asked her. That's an honest batter to say no, I'll tell you that right now. We would have known the truth, though, if it was necessary. Westerly.live brings replay back for you. You'll find that nowhere else, folks. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. Together, we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Westerly ladies fast-pitch softball action. Saturday afternoon action, folks. Starting off your weekend, starting off your Saturday in style. Pitch called a strike. Count 3-1. Still got to be something she likes. And she's got one more waste pitch. And that's right there, swing and a miss. This pitcher does have pop on a fastball, a little bit of a drop at the end of it. Its location, I think, is the issue. Full count here, and the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch is an inside breaking ball and is swung and fouled off, so she'll get a new life. This production is brought to you in part by Strategia, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. So the full count pitch, it's a breaking ball and pulled down the line, and it's going to be foul. And that's the third Bulldog who's missed by only a few feet. Does a nice job of getting around on that breaking pitch, which had a lot of movement on it. Tough pitch to hit, and a nice job of hitting, unfortunately. Bulldogs getting the wrong side of the line here a few times. But new life here. And that's over the plate, and she goes with it that time, and that's going to be foul. Another nice piece of hitting. That breaking ball broke a little earlier, and it broke away, and she went away with it. Just a little bit too late, and is going to get another new life. If nothing less, she's brought the pitch count up again. This has been a lot of pitches here in the first at bat, working the count all the way to full and fouling a few off. And the pitch, a slow breaking ball, and another foul ball. Great at bat by the Bulldogs leadoff hitter this inning, Kaylee Lamb. Not giving the Tigers anything easy whatsoever. Being encouraged by Coach Arnold in the first base coaching position here. And it looks like the Tigers getting their pitches from the dugout. They are. She gets her pitch. Full count pitch, nobody on, and here we go. And that's an inside breaking ball, and she watches it. What a good at bat. And earns the walk. So the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, Kaylee Lamb, reaches base on about a 10-pitch at bat, I'm going to say. And that is one heck of an at bat. And to end it earning your base, tops it all off. So great at bat to lead off the inning. At bat now, number 22 for the Bulldogs, Ava Tenuta. And squares the bunt. Did she pull it back? Not on time. That was up and away. And she tried to pull it back, but it definitely wasn't. A pitch wasn't called a strike. Nope, it was on the offering. She offered and didn't refute, so 0-1's the count. Don't be shocked if she does it again, and she doesn't. Swings and misses on the inside fastball, steal second, and that's going to go off the pitcher. She would have been late either way, so Lamb gets her steal. That's going to be an earned steal. That goes in the books for Kaylee Lamb. So she leads off the inning, earns her own walk on a long at-bat, fouls some pitches off, tough at-bat, gets her way to first, and then steals second. So Kaylee Lamb earns her way to scoring position to lead off the inning for the Bulldogs with nobody out. And that pitch is going to be inside, 1-2 count. Tenuta can bring her in with a single. Center fielder playing a little bit shallow. Right fielder guarding the line. Enormous hole in right center. And that's going to be a breaking ball and a swing and a miss on the pitch. And that's going to be one out for the Bulldogs. And they are back around the bend in the order here, folks. We are back to the top. They have spun the top, and Alex Storr will try to tack on an RBI here maybe. Her last at-bat, she roped one up the middle, and I'm sure the pitcher remembers. Inside breaking ball, that hangs inside. Not a lot of break, and that's a nice pitch to hit. That's a nice pitch by the pitcher and a tough pitch to hit. 0-1 the count. Gets her sign in the delivery. That's up and away, far away. Getting set in the boxes, Storr. We have one out here, folks. 3-0 lead by the Bulldogs. Bottom of the second. Up and away. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Got her to offer. See, that's the pitch. If you're going to go up, you want to go up around the plate. That kind of looks alluring to the batter. Looks like what they say, the proverbial meatball. But up and away has been the spot she was hitting. And that's going to be a breaking ball over the middle. Swing and a miss. Tough pitch to hit. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. So I don't know if they're going to capitalize on the leadoff 2 bases that Lamb earned herself here. Number 2 hitter Dina Arnold here at bat, clearly capable of tacking one on for the Bulldogs, and she can hit with some pop. I don't know why the right fielder is guarding the line so much, and I surely don't know why the center fielder is playing so shallow with Arnold at bat, because she hasn't done the scouting report. So hopefully the Bulldogs can capitalize on a couple fielding inaccuracies, in my estimation anyway, by the defense. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, runner on second. 3-0 ball game, swing and a miss, 1-1 count. Big swing by Arnold. Not going to see much anything in particular on the bases here with 2 outs. Nothing more than a good secondary lead. And that's a breaking ball, a little bit upstairs, but over the middle. Another swing and a miss by Arnold. So 0-2 count. This pitcher's done a heck of a job since the first batter here, bouncing back for the Tigers. 0-2 the count for the Bulldogs. And that's inside fastball and a swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for the Bulldogs. So they failed to capitalize on the leadoff runner on second base, and that's 2 innings in the book on this one. And the Bulldogs maintain a 3-run lead. The score: Westerly 3, Tiverton 0, and Tiverton will take their turn at bat here in the top of the third in just a few moments. So the Bulldogs start out on fire in the first inning and slow down a little bit in the second, and they had spun the order, so they're going to work towards the middle of the order in the bottom of the third inning. Valentini doing a nice job on the rubber for the Bulldogs in the first 2 innings so far, giving very little opportunity, only 1 hit, and no one passed first base because Dina Arnold threw her out by about 30 feet on her steal attempt at second. So they know now that they can't steal. And they're going to have to earn their way around the bases. And the way Valentini's throwing the ball, if she can keep doing it, runs are going to be tough to come by. And that's the recipe for the Bulldogs. It's based on the shoulders of Valentini, at least keeping them in it run-wise. And she has done that. Mount Hope is a different beast, because they have the opportunity to go up and swing their lights out every batter, because right now the pitcher is obviously clicking on every cylinder possible and some extra cylinders that others don't have. But a team like Westerly, they have to do it in different ways, and they can't swing for the fence and swing with. They have to do it with the bunt. They have to do it on the base path. They have to go with the pitch. They have to do it in different ways, and they do that. And defensively, it starts on the shoulders of Valentini, but it goes with simple fielding. And they have the ability to do that, and that's what's going to keep them in the running, obviously, for the playoffs and seeding in the playoffs. And you're talking a team with no seniors. And if you can make the playoffs and you have no seniors on your team or only 3 juniors, that's one heck of a season, in my opinion. And we're back in action here, folks. First pitch is let go, and it's upstairs. So we are live in the top of the third after my little rant there. And Valentini's second pitch, 1-0 count. And that's going to be a little bit of a breaking ball, up and away, 2-0 the count. One base runner so far for Tiverton. They've been living it offensively. And a strike. One of the first batters she's been behind, but now it's back to 2-1 the count. And when she's throwing well, she throws quick, and she's back on the rubber, and here we go. And that's a spinner, fouled off, 2-2 the count. So we are in the top of the third inning, folks. Nobody on, nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bulldogs up 3-0. We are live here at Similori Field. Lady Bulldogs, fast pitch softball, up and away, full count. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. Lisa down the first baseline behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you all your local Westerly sports. We are your only source for Westerly sports. And Valentini unusually walks the leadoff hitter for the Tiverton Tigers. Not the norm for her. As I was just saying, she's been getting ahead of everybody. So lefty stands in, number 25 for the Tigers, and they have their leadoff man on. Nobody out. And that one's up and in. So momentum's trying to hit a halt here. I don't know if the Bulldogs have it anymore. It's kind of a stalemate. If it's going to go anyway, I'd kind of give it to Tiverton a little bit. They've shut down the Bulldogs offense for an inning now. And they got a couple base runners going. Pitches a strike by Valentini. And the pitch in, that's over the plate, swing and a miss. 2 strikes on the batter. With a runner on first here, you don't need to be too clean with the pitch. You can dance around a little bit. And the pitch, it's upstairs, let it go, strike 3, nice pitch. Didn't put it right over the plate, a little bit up and in on her, and it's a called strike 3. So the Bulldogs get a needed out, 1 down, 1 on. And a righty, number 27, steps in for the Tigers. Bulldogs at normal depth. And the pitch swung on, it was up and away, got her to chase. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch is far and away. Doesn't get by Arnold. Not much does. And that was way outside. And that one's a little bit low, so that's going to bring the count to 3-1. 2-1, correction. The offering, and that one's there, and it hangs over the plate. See, that's like an off-speed pitch, I think. It must be like a changeup. It changes spin, doesn't really move a lot, but the speed is definitely a difference. And Tiverton hasn't been able to adjust. They're way ahead of it. The 2-strike pitch, right over the plate, strike 3. Beats her with the heater, a little bit of movement like a cutting fastball. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. So the leadoff runner reaches base for Tiverton. And now the Bulldogs trying to end the inning, no harm done. Number 4, the lefty steps in for the Tigers. Valentini's ready in the offering. And that's a let go, and it's a little bit outside. A little drop pitch, it drops down and away. And that's a really tough pitch that she has in her arsenal. When she has control of it, she is a tough pitcher to hit. And a swing and a miss. As I was saying about the Bulldogs, it was 0 seniors, 3 juniors. What you're seeing on the mound is a sophomore with all the development ahead and a lot of freshmen. Sophomores and freshmen are the majority of this ball club. Let that one go, and it's a called strike. So this team is just going to get better and better and better. The excitement's here and now. You can see by the amount of fans that come out to watch them. And just an exciting future ahead. And a check swing pop-up. It's in a tough spot, Store over her shoulder, and she'll take it in. And that'll do it for the top of the third inning for the Tigers. So through 3, Valentini spinning a shutout. And the Bulldogs hold a 3-0 lead, and they're about to get their turn at the dish here in the bottom of the third inning, in just a little bit. We are going to take a short break, and I will be right back after a few messages.
He's literally out there. Now, I got 2 new people coming in. John Smith, stepdaughter.
Welcome back, everybody. We are live here at Similary Field on an absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon. We are watching the Westerly Ladies fast pitch softball team here. They hold a 3-0 lead. Their pitcher, Sophie Valentini, trying to help out her own effort here, is going to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning. She's spinning a shutout through 3 on the rubber. First pitch, and she goes with it. And this one, can it stay fair for the Bulldogs? And no, my God, they've missed about 5 of them on the foul line. One, they're going from left to right, and that was the closest. And as you see, it was, in fact, foul, tough break. Great job of going with the pitch. That was a breaking ball away. She went that way with it. That's the fundamentals I tell you about that this coaching staff implements year after year with this team. And this breaking ball, that one got more of the plate, and she turns on it quickly down 0-2. But she's done what she was supposed to with both pitches. That one on the inner half she turned on. The first one on the outer half she went with. Let's see, quickly down 0-2. Let's see what she does with it. As I was saying, as far as a bounce-back game, this has been one heck of an effort for the Bulldogs. They jumped right out 3-0. Valentini still strutting her stuff on the rubber, and that really is a key component. The pitch and fouled away down 0-2. Nice job protecting. To be a sophomore and to have the mental toughness and the mental capacity just to forget and erase that Mount Hope squad and come right in at the top of the first and impress your command on your opponent, and that's exactly what she's done. And the pitch, and she turns on it. It's a line drive. It's right at the left. Overhead does completely misjudge, rolls all the way to the fence. And is she going to go for 3? She's waved around to 3rd, and she's going to get there standing up. Leadoff triple by Valentini, and that is going to go in the books as a triple because the left fielder didn't touch it. Completely misjudged it. Must have lost it in the sun or whatever it was, but it was hit hard, and it landed about 10 feet behind her as she gets her pinch runner made. The pitcher gets her little switch runner there at third base. But the Bulldogs are in business to start the 3rd inning. The bottom of the 3rd inning, leadoff runner on third base. Valentini to help her own cause there at bat. Having one heck of a season with the bat. And that pitch is turned on by Caracciolo. So the Bulldogs, they're getting good wood on the ball, they would say, here in the bottom of the 3rd. As the dugout's woken up, the crowd's woken up, and all it takes in this game is one swing of the bat. And the Bulldogs, like I said, they attract a good crowd, so one swing of the bat and the environment changes drastically here at Similori. And that pitch is low in the dirt. Nice job by the catcher. Pass ball could score a run. Softball dimensions completely different from the baseball backstop dimensions. This backstop's right up on you, but it kicks all over the place. Baseball, you get more of a true kick or no kick, but it's a mile behind you. And that one's low, and it bounces up the third baseline, so no room to advance. Another ball, though. 2-1 count on Caracciolo. Excellent batter for the Bulldogs. Plays third base and first base for the Dogs. Austin currently playing third, and she is at first base. It's been that way for the past few games. Looks like they're going to stick with that for a while. As it's going to be a changing situation, some of the positions. And this pitch is a breaking ball. And they picked it up while it was in foul territory, it was called. I thought it was picked up on the dust. I think they were kind of fortunate that it was called foul. I don't know if the runner would have been able to get home. She tried to pull an outside pitch. That's why she didn't get much of it. She got on top of it, and there wasn't much power to it. You got to go with that pitch. And the 2-strike pitch inside, that's going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes. She's earned her way with a nice at bat here, though. Full count. Running around third, and nobody out for the Bulldogs. Defense in pretty normal depth. Corners are up a bit, but pretty much anywhere but a hard ground ball to the corner is going to score a run. And that one's flown to short right field, and no one's going to get it, so that's going to be a run on a hit, and it's misplayed. So it's going to be a single, and she's going to reach second on an error. That error is going to score the single scores the run, so Caracciolo is going to get a single, an RBI, and advance to second on an error. And the Bulldogs get their 4th run of the game here and still have nobody out in the inning. So bottom of the third inning, 4-0. Bulldogs back in business. 4-0 lead, runner at second. Caracciolo got just enough of it to put it in the perfect spot. A little bit less, what the second baseman might have gotten there. A little bit more, the right fielder would have gotten there. And there's a little timeout on the field as the coach speaks with the pitcher. And it looks like the change is going to be made. So there's going to be a few warm-up pitches here and a little bit of break as we're going to have here in the action. So the coach tries to make a move before things get too out of hand. Still not even close to out of hand, only at 4. Softball games spin quite a ways. So that being said, we can go a little bit further around the wide world of Westerly sports here and talk a little bit about boys volleyball. That team is having a heck of a season. I got the standings right in front of me. They stand at 3-2, folks, and they are tied for 4th in the division at 3-2. With West Warwick. That 3-2 record is a little bit off. Their last game, they had nobody playing. Well, I don't want to say they had nobody. They were missing 3 starters and a 4th player who gets quite a bit of playing time. So essentially 4 players. They were left with, as far as starters, Marcus Hake and Jesse Samo. And they scored in that effort, missing all of those players. In the first 2 games, they scored 22 points in each game, and brought the third game to a 34-32 score. So I haven't seen such an effort by any team missing so many starters and key components in any sport in quite some time. It was electric in the gym. It really was. You wouldn't think so in a 3-0 game, but I mean, if you put that math together, I don't know, it's 78 points they scored in 3 games, and they didn't get credited for a victory. So it wasn't for lack of effort. It wasn't for lack of talent. It was for the fact that they moved up a lot of players that had never had varsity effort. So it really was great to see young players and new players and the leaders that were on the court, as in Hake, play the way that they did. That being said, we've seen them all together as a group, and there's a lot of talent on that group, and there's going to be a lot more to be said by the Westerly Bulldogs in Division 2 as this season progresses and as the playoffs go forward, because I do foresee that team as making the playoffs. Hopefully we'll see them at a few home games here in Westerly in Federico Gymnasium. The one anomaly that I'm sure they're aware of, because they've played now 5 matches, and in those 5 matches, every one of them has only gone the distance of 3 games. They have never played a game 4 or a game 5. So that's just a little fun fact that really doesn't mean much. But we're back in action here. Bulldogs at bat, bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner at second base. And the pitch inside almost hit her. It's going to be Lily Vetolino at bat, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. Pretty much starting the bottom of the 3rd all over again here, having scored a run. Runner in scoring position and nobody out. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. And that's low and in, 2-0 count. So generally when you got a new pitcher and throws the first couple as a ball, you kind of want to make her throw a strike, just to make sure that they're on that day and they can do that. And that's low and in, and there you go. Now you got to make her throw one. And I know, having been a very inaccurate pitcher, that sometimes I hated it when batters made me throw a strike. And the delivery, 3-0 pitch, and that's going to be low and in. So a 4-pitch walk. Nice job by Lily Vetolino of making the pitcher work. And the Bulldogs now, that's not a terrible walk if you're a Tiverton Tiger, because you create a force out everywhere, first, second, and third base. I don't know if in this position in the game you want to be putting more base runners on regardless, but the Bulldogs in business with runner on first and second and nobody out. And another ball. It's every pitch now. All 5 have been low and in. Again, I would put the stop sign on the batter, number 12. I would never say that Coach Luppy's wrong if he doesn't, because he is a far greater mind in the sport than I. Number 12, Tori Gabriel in for the Bulldogs. 5 balls thrown by this new pitcher for the Tigers. Bulldogs making her work, going to have to make her throw one. They're in business with 2 runners on, and they've already added a run. The 1-0 pitch, and that's swung on and fouled out of play. 1-1 the count. Would have been a strike. Good aggressive decision, I would say, by the Bulldogs. And so we've seen a straight ball strike now by this pitcher. Haven't seen any movement yet. And the offering is high and away to the backstop. Both runners will advance. And that's a big benefit to the Bulldogs. A run can score 2. So nobody out, and runners on second and third. The count 2-1. But now this Tiger's in the same position where a walk doesn't kill him. You don't want to give Gabriel that perfect pitch or too much of the plate because she can clearly score 2 runs in one swing. And if you walk her, you create a force anywhere. So that's a nice pitch upstairs. Gets her to chase. She's got 2 strikes on her now. 2-2 the count. First base vacant. 1 run in, 2 runners on, 4-0 lead. Bottom of the third, Similori Field, Westerly.live. I think we got it all in there. We're ready for the pitch now. And upstairs, holds her swing. Good idea by Gabriel. Nice job of checking her swing. Full count. Pitcher's got to come with it. Well, it doesn't have to. That's what I mean about the vacancy and the ability to create a force. So if I'm the pitcher, I don't give her anything all that great, to be honest with you. And that is a check swing. Did she hold? No. And that's exactly what you do as a pitcher. Nothing that great. It was around the strike zone, but it wasn't a strike, and got Gabriel to go just enough. So that the perfect pitch by the Tiger pitcher. And in steps number 19 for the Bulldogs, Isabella Austin, the third baseman. 1 out now, runners on second and third. And the pitch over the plate, strike 1 called. So now throwing strikes. She's in a little bit of a groove accuracy-wise, number 19. And the swing, that's going to be a pop-up trouble spot. Center fielder playing shallow, might get there, and she does. They're going to tag off. There's going to be a play at the plate. The bouncer rolls in late, and number 27, Cracchiola, scores for the Bulldogs. Throwback to check third. She's in safe, so that's going to be a sac fly by number 19, Isabella Austin, and an RBI. So Austin credited with the sacrifice fly. That's all they needed, and it was just deep enough. Center fielder has been playing shallow all day. Both other outfielders have been beat, so they're playing deeper. And that time it benefited the center fielder to be shallow, but not quite enough. So Austin gets the RBI, and the Bulldogs get their 5th run. 2 outs, runner on third. First pitch is a ball. Kaylee Lamb at bat again. She led off last inning with a 10-pitch walk and then stole second base, but was left stranded at second. Bulldogs have since spun the top and are back to Lamb again. And swings and hits that same spot, shallow right. Is she going to get there? She's in, and she does. So that'll end the inning for the Tigers. Bulldogs able to tack on 2 more runs and bring the lead to 5-0. So after 4 innings of play here at Similori Field, the Lady Bulldogs fast pitch softball team 5 and the visiting Tiverton Tigers 0. So the Bulldogs doing a nice job of the bounce back game here. Valentini on the rubber doing exactly what the coaching staff would have hoped. Bouncing back. Obviously there's no mental block from the last game. By any of these Bulldogs. They have all bounced back. They're swinging the bats much better, and they are pitching, and they're hitting, and that's how they win their games. Stay low on errors. They're not going to be a team that puts it out of the ballpark. And like I said, you're going to see mistakes out of the team. You're going to see different rosters. But when they come together on a day like today, you've already seen 11 different players on the field for the Bulldogs. They have several players that they switch in and out running. And they use their entire team, which is comprised of a lot of freshmen who the coaching staff has never seen. So they're doing a great job. That being said, this production brought to you in part by Teddy's Toys, Remy's Cycles, Valenti Subaru, Stratedia, Wireless Zone, McQuaid's Ace Hardware. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Westerly.live on your web browser. If you have a smart TV, Fire Stick, kick back, put it on full screen, and watch us on the big screen, folks. Only place that'll provide you that is Westerly.live, and we're stepping in here for the top of the 4th inning. Bulldogs will start the inning with a 5-0 lead here. Valentini's first pitch. And check swing ball. Weather doesn't get any better. Low wind, low to no wind, which is an oddity here at Similori Field. Normally the wind rips through this place. Perfect playing conditions. Perfect conditions for all the fans. And the pitch by Valentini. Swing, ground ball, and is fielded in foul territory. That's going to be a strike, 2-1 the count. So the leadoff hitter in the last couple innings actually has reached base for the Tigers on the past 2 innings. So Valentini trying to swing that, trying to switch that up. Hasn't been able to obviously score. No one's reached third either. And that's an off-speed pitch. That's a deadly pitch right there. That dropped down quite a few miles per hour. And it actually dropped at the end. I haven't seen her switch speeds that much all season, I don't think. That's a deadly pitch. And that one, she goes with it. Nice job by the Tiger batter. Center fielder for Westerly calls it off and makes the catch. So that's going to be 8 unassisted. Pretty good job by the Tiger batter going with the pitch. And what a difference in velocity. And that's what made that off-speed pitch before it so effective. The batter was late on that one. And the Bulldogs get 1 up, 1 down. Second batter of the inning in the box and the pitch. And again, she throws a little breaking ball there, and that drops down. She's switching speeds almost every pitch. Makes things real difficult on the hitter. So right back to the rubber she goes. And she is in her groove, and she can get this team on and off the field real quick when she hits her stride. Called strike on that one. And that's a fast breaking ball is what that is. When she can drop and change miles per hour on that off-speed pitch and throw that breaking ball, set up for it again, and that one's going to be up and away. 1-2 the count. 1 out for the Tigers. And fouled straight back. Tigers haven't had the benefit of an easy start of their season. They had to play Middletown. They had to play Mount Hope. Now they got to play Westerly, and they also they had to play Prout, and now they're playing Westerly, and they had to play Narragansett. So that right there is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top teams in the league. But that being said, Wesley's had to do the same, and in doing so, Wesley's won 2 of those games and only lost 2. So here is the difference, and it's showing in 5 runs off speed pitch. She waits for this one and drives it. Does a nice job. Wesley fielder right there for it, though. Did a decent job of waiting on that off-speed pitch. Got a good piece of it. Wesley players fielding played it well in good position for the flyout, so that's going to be a 7 unassisted. And the Bulldogs 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning on the Tigers. And Valentini already ready to go in the offering on the third batter. It's going to be up and away. 1-0 the count. So in a groove, back to the rubber quick and ready for the pitch. And if I'm a Tiger coach, I kind of start telling my batters to step out, but they don't. And quickly, just like that, another strike. Foul out of play. One and one the count. Two out and nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. And that pitch is a slow spinner. Tries to frame it. Arnold, not quite enough. 2-1 the count. Wesley playing straight up, opposite side of center. And that's a nice breaking ball. A little twist and spin at the end, off speed as well. And 2 strikes on the batter. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Tigers. And the breaking pitch too far away, full count. And not wanting to have to start over fresh on a new batter, I'm expecting a strike from Valentini right here. And it drops low, ball 4. So the Tigers do get a base runner. And Valentini does have to face a 4th hitter this inning. Number 29 set to step in for the Tigers. First pitch upstairs. Ball check back on first. Got to be careful anywhere as a base runner. If Arnold's behind the plate, you got to be alert if you're playing defense because she'll throw at the drop of a hat, and she does what they're taught. You don't wait for the player, your defender, to get there. You throw to the base. If the first baseman doesn't get there on time, or if the player's at third and the third baseman doesn't get there on time, that's their problem. Her job is to read the play and to throw the ball to the spot, and she does that. And she does it with great accuracy. And that's over the plate, foul straight back for a strike. 2-1 the count. 1 on, 2 out for the Tigers here, top of the 4th inning. Similary Field, folks. Ladies softball action. That's down in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Bulldogs coming to this one at 4-2. A nice start to their season, looking to move to 5-2 here. Having played everybody above them in the division, and that's a little blooper to short. Underhand catch by Story, and that will end the side. So after 3.5 innings of play, the Bulldogs 5 and the Tigers 0. Valentini another half inning with no runners crossing home plate. This production brought to you in part, folks, by Remy Cycles, bicycle sales and service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest electric bike technology, stellar customer service, and everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, a toy store located in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Ave. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model buildings, and stuffed animals. All the toys you can imagine, Teddy's Toys. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, folks. As we are playing here, the undefeated 8-0 baseball team is playing, oddly enough, in Tiverton. And they will be returning home on the 26th against Tiverton. And we will be bringing you that game live. That's correct. Westerly.live will be bringing you, hopefully, the 9-0 Westerly Bulldogs with a starting time, I believe, of 4 o'clock. So the new pitcher of Tiverton getting warmed up. She did a nice job leaving the only inherited base runner on base in her portion of last inning as she was brought in. Had a little bit of control issues early on, then gathered them. Number 22 for the Bulldogs is going to lead off. That's Ava Tenuta, followed up by Dina Arnold. If you are just joining us, we are heading to the Bulldog half of the 4th inning. The Bulldogs are looking to add to a 5-0 lead. Valentini is spinning a gem on the rubber, having given up no runs through 3.5 innings. And this entire team doing a nice job bouncing back off last game, having to face the top team in the league, Mount Hope. And after this one is complete, depending on how it ends, if it ends in the Bulldogs' benefit, they do have the benefit of facing nothing's easier in sports, especially if you're a young team, but they have played the top. In their first 6 games, they've played the top 5 teams, top 4 teams in the division. They're going to have to face them all again. They play everybody twice. But they'll have the opportunity to play some of the other teams in the division that haven't had such early success. And hopefully the Bulldogs can build up their win total and just their games played in general for some of these freshmen. Every game played, you're a little better. So just the opportunity to build up their games played and their experience level against some teams that aren't firing on all cylinders this year, that may be having an off year. So the Bulldogs looking forward to those opportunities. These young players, these freshmen and these sophomores, jumped right into the cauldron this year, right into the fire, into the top teams in the division. Unfortunately for the Tiger team, they did as well. So 1-0 the count and 2-0 the count now to start off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Bulldogs. It's number 22, Ava Tenuta, leading things off. And that pitch is going to spin in there. She throws a nice little bending hook, almost a hanging curve. And the pitch, and that's going to bounce its way home. Low and in, so 3-1 the count, batter's count here. Gabriel looks to capitalize. And that's going to put her on base, so the leadoff hitter in the inning reaches base for the Bulldogs on 5 pitches, earns her walk. That's Gabriel, and at bat, they spin the top of the order, 36, Alex Storr, their shortstop. And she's a sophomore, but she's a sophomore leader on the team, without a doubt. She's a leader as a sophomore, I should say. And the first pitch spins in as a strike. And set to pitch. The 0-1 inside, hit hard, and is it going to drop? And that one gets by the center fielder, and that's going to go all the way to about where a warning track would be, and that's going to be a triple. It's going to be a triple and a RBI for Storr. She clears the base. Another run in for the Bulldogs, and I don't know how that one's going to be ruled. Took the wrong handle. It went under her glove. It's going to at least be a double, maybe with an error, maybe regardless. It's irrelevant. Base clearing triple for Storr, and the 6th run in for the Bulldogs. Nobody out. Another runner on base. So the Bulldogs will start fresh here now with Dina Arnold up and a runner on third and nobody out. That woke up the crowd in the dugout a little bit. And when she laced that one, when she makes contact, she makes good contact. And I was afraid of what I was seeing unfold with the angle that the glove was at and the angle that the ball was dropping and the angle that she was at. It didn't look like it was going to all work out well for the defender, and it did not. It got by her without, I think, even the ball being touched. Arnold fouls it back. 2-1 the count. And that was the first time that the shallow playing of the center fielder that I've brought up a few times has come back to bite her and bite the Tigers in the tune of an RBI and a runner on third. And that one bounces its way in. Low and in is its nemesis right now. She's having a hard time and did early on. Gets checked at third, safely back, and the count is 3-1 on Arnold. Got to be a good pitch. A pitch she likes, I'd give the green light. She's wise enough at the at-bat and too good of a hitter to really force it on her shoulders. She takes it, swing and a miss. She takes a cut at it, I should say, and then swing and a miss. And the count is full. Runner on third. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the fourth. The Bulldogs 6, the Tigers 0. If you're just joining us, you're mixing one heck of a game. The Bulldogs bouncing back in great fashion in all facets of the game. Dina Arnold at bat here with 2 strikes and ball 4 taken. So the Bulldogs have scored a run. They've gotten a base clearing triple by Storr, and now another walk. 3 up, 3 on, 1 in. We'll get a pinch base runner, and the pitcher Sophie Valentini will step in, trying to help her own effort here on the rubber, as she has done already today one time, lacing one to center field and getting an RBI. She can, playing pretty much straight up are the Tigers, so stealing second base, and there will be no throw. So suddenly 2 runners in scoring position for Valentini, but first base vacant. So what do you do if you're a Tiger? You have Caracciolo, who has one heck of a bat, and it's a hot bat at the moment. And you have Valentini, who's quite capable with a bat herself and has had a hot bat all season. She fouls one back, and obviously they're going to go after Valentini. I would be delicate and work around the strike zone, because if you put her on first, it does create a force out anywhere. And if you force yourself to throw a strike here, ooh, nice breaking pitch. That one even caught me. That was a big dropper, and that is the first out of the inning. So Caracciolo will step in. If she can somehow find that pitch, that might be the one that's dropping low and in that she hasn't been able to catch the location of, and I can see why she would keep trying it, because if that is the pitch, then that's a tough one to hit. So upstairs, she's been looking to third, and she finally catches her in a rundown. Storr, and she's going to get back safely. She outrun it. That's just pure speed, and that's athleticism, and that's knowledge. Because I'll tell you right now, getting out of a rundown safely without some kind of a fielding error is like recovering an onside kick, folks. It's like single-digit percentile. The runner should not get out of a rundown if you play fundamental defense, and the Tigers pretty much did. No errant tosses and no drop balls, and her ability to get out of that is just straight-up athleticism and knowledge of the game. And while I'm talking, that little Ephus pitch, that dropper she's throwing, starts at the helmet, drops at the knees, and when she can control that, that's only the second one I've seen, but that's a tough pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it gets you to swing at that high fastball because you're thinking it's going to drop. So this pitcher may have a little combo if she can learn how to rein it in throughout some point in her career. There are 2 runners on here in scoring position and 1 out, and that stays upstairs. See, a lot of the pitchers are staying up, But when she does get that one to drop, it's a tough one to hit. Counts 2-2, 1 out. 2 runners on. Caracciolo at bat, 6-0 Bulldogs. One hit would really spread things out here for the Bulldogs. And she gets it. No, she doesn't even get enough of it to shortstop. Looked like she might have driven it, but got up under it. And that is 2 outs for the Bulldogs. 2 runners on. Lily Vetolino, the second baseman, at bat for the Bulldogs. Big spot. If they want to stretch the lead and make it quite a difficult task. Fouls it out. 0-1 the count. Being cheered on by the dugout and the crowd. And Vetolino steps in. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, she swings and hits it. Shortstop should have it and does. And that's going to end the inning. And the massive portion of the threat was thwarted by the pitching of the Tigers. So a nice job. And after 4 innings of play, we head to the 5th. Our Westerly Bulldogs 6 and the visiting Tiverton Tigers 0. I am the voice, Greg Morano, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you Bulldog fast pitch softball. The Bulldogs leading 6-0. We'll be back in action on the diamond across the complex with the baseball team, who is in action right now in Tiverton. They headed into play today, folks, with an 8-0 record, hitting stride early this season. Hopefully they will move on with a 9-0 record, and we're going to bring you them live on the 26th versus Tiverton, just right across the complex. So we'll see how they work out. Valentini warming up, heading into her second inning, and she is done warming up. She is quick to go, only throws a couple pitches. So we are ready to get started here in the top of the 5th inning. Valentini doing a nice job, 4 shutout innings thus far. Able to get out of any jams. There haven't been too many jams. A couple runners have reached second base, but she's thrown her way out of it. And that's a break ball for a strike right on top of it. Good speed on that breaking pitch. Not a huge hook on that one, but it's what's necessary and what allows the speed to stay with it. And that's a spinner and fouled away quickly up 0-2. She throws such a variety of grades on her break. She can throw a big breaking pitch, a moderate, small. And that's a straight pitch, strike 3. And that's how you knock down a batter, just like that. She threw a small breaking pitch, a pitch that caught a little more of the plate, a little off speed, and then a heater right down the chute, strike 3. That's a tough at bat for anyone to face, and it's a one quick out for the Bulldogs. Already into the second at bat. I told you she will move quick, folks. If she gets into a groove and you don't slow her down as a batter by means of the bat on your shoulders or calling timeout, you're in trouble. You'll find yourself with 2 outs and nobody on, down 0-2, and you didn't even realize that you're at bat yet. There's 1 out, a 2-0 count here. Coach Luppy giving instruction from the dugout. So we got 3 balls. She's slowed down here on her accuracy. Going to have to shoot back in here. And the 3-0 pitch is a strike right over the plate. She lays one in there. Down 6-0. I might want to take a cut, but base runners are key. You got to start with 1. And the 3-1 pitch is low. Going to get past Arnold. Won't harm anything. And there's a runner on first with 1 out. Number 6 is going to step in the box for the Tigers. Still life in the Tiger dugout. They brought down a decent group of fans themselves, considering the distance. But on a day like today, where else would you rather be? What else would you rather be doing? But we're going to send you out, hopefully, with a victory and get your weekend started with a little bit of excitement. And the pass ball on the strike is going to allow the runner to get to second. I almost said it too early as Arnold throws it from the backstop and still almost gets it there on time. It's very difficult to move forward bases. So it's an 0-1 count. Runner advanced to second base. 1 out. Swing and a miss. Bailing out on the pitch. Stepping out. Not close to it. You're not going to be able to do that on Valentini's pitch. If she noticed that, all you got to do is work towards the outside portion of the plate on this one, and she won't be able to reach, and that's what she does. It's just too low. So the 1-2 count. 1 out, runner on second. 6-0 Bulldogs. And that's on the inside portion of the plate. Comes back in on her. Called strike 3, and it was a strike, in fact. So Valentini owning both parts of the plate, the entire plate today, in, middle, and out. Keeping them off balance with her off-speed pitch. Firing on all cylinders, really. Doing everything she's had to do. And that one gets past home plate. Fortunately, not a bad kick for the Bulldogs. And you won't be able to advance 2 runners, but no way of stopping that pitch. So the runner at third and 2 outs for the Tigers. It's going to take a hit or an error to score that run. 1-0 the count. Hey, and that one's going to be framed in, but not enough. 2-0 the count. You got to be careful. You don't want a pass ball, but see, that's the benefit of Valentini. He doesn't have to worry about that much. When you have a catcher, nice, it's a strike. Oh, that was called a ball. So that was a tough pitch to take in. She's going to walk, runner on first and third. That creates a force out at second or third. There's 2 outs. That was a tough call. But what I was saying is, with a runner on third, and you have a backstop like Dina Arnold, and when I say a backstop, you really do. She is like a backstop back there. It allows you to throw any of your pitches. So sometimes if you're a coach and you're concerned that there's too many pass balls, it'll lower your options with runners on third, with runners anywhere. With runners on first, you don't want a pass ball. It puts them in scoring position. So the Bulldogs and Valentini don't have to worry about that. And that's the case for the baseball team as well as Travis Costa. I have his stats in front of me. He's got 1,000 fielding percentage. So that means that he has 0. Anything that's gotten by him is a wild pitch. And that one's fouled back. So both Bulldog teams, both Diamonds, have excellent catchers. Dina Arnold right in front of us here, and Travis Costa for the baseball team. And that's a huge coup for both teams. It really is. Sometimes they're the unsung hero. They're the dirt dogs. And that got too much to the plate, and that is going to tack on the first run. They're going to try to advance to third, throw to third, and it is field, and they are out by a mile at third, but not before the run scored. So that is going to be an RBI single, and they are on the board. I do believe it scored. I didn't look, but they had plenty of time. Yes, they did. And the Bulldogs end the inning with a nice throw out by Maya Henderson from center field to third base. That's the fundamentals. And the Bulldogs are going to get their turn to bat. So after 4.5 innings of play, the Tigers get on the board with 1, and the Bulldogs take their turn at bat. The score is 6-1, and we are going to take a quick break from Similori Field here, folks. We'll be right back.
Craig, what's up, buddy?
And here we go. We are off in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch foul at number 12 at bat for the Bulldogs. Tori Gabriel and Westerly Bulldogs are in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 6-1 lead. versus the visiting Tiverton Tigers. Got a good crowd down the line here for the Bulldogs on this absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon, live from Similori Field. And the pitch over the plate, hit towards right field. Nice job of going with it. Good job by the second baseman to haul it in. Tries to get it to first. It gets by the first baseman. And they're going to run to second. It probably would have been an interference if they didn't even make a throw. So the Bulldogs leadoff man is going to reach second base. I think that's going to be called a single. She was forced to dive. That's all good. That's all because of good hitting, good fundamental hitting. She went with the pitch to the right side. And the throwing error is going to get her to second base, so the Bulldogs are in business. And the next pitch to the second baseman, and that is going to be a straight-up error, advancing the runner to third. So 2 pitches, 2 hits to the second baseman, runners on first and third. Bulldogs can't start any better than that. And the Bulldogs are in business here in the bottom of the 5th. Isabella Austin with the single there. She's going to steal second, and the throw doesn't go through. Bulldogs with runners at second and third. Nobody out. Kaylee Lamb at bat. Kaylee Lamb with a good at bat in her last appearance. And that's the line drive straight back through. Almost took the pitcher's head off for a single, and that's going to score 1. And then it could be a play at the plate, and there is, and she is tagged out. So that's a single with an RBI for Kaylee Lamb, and she is thrown out by the shallow playing center fielder for the Tigers, who threw a missile. Not much you can do but try to slide next time. He still would have been out, but it's just safer. And the Bulldogs have a 7-1 lead off the bat of Kaylee Lamb, who's having a day at the dish for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with 1 out and a runner on first base. She's now worked the pitcher, Lamb, that is, to a 10-pitch walk. We've seen her steal the base. We've seen her rope an RBI up the middle, an RBI single up the middle. So she's done everything they've asked for at bat for certain. And the pitch, and she was going to steal, hit and run. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Lamb's going to go to third on it. There's a throw, and she's in. What heads up base running, and contributions all over. Great call by the coaches on the hit and run. If they hadn't taken off, hopefully she's not hurt over there. Let's see, make sure she pops up, and she does. Looks like everything's okay there. That's the important thing. No injuries, but the excitement for the Bulldogs is here, folks. They have started this inning off absolutely electric. As Lamb is at third base trying to rub it off. There was a little contact on the throw. There was a play at third. She advanced from first to third on the hit and run. She drew the throw to third. By her drawing that throw to third, we were able to advance to second. So we now have runners on second and third with 1 out, and we have our leadoff hitter up, Alex Storr. So that hit and run worked out absolutely perfectly for Coach Luppy. Perfect timing on the call by the veteran Hall of Fame coach. And that is first pitch swing into right field, and that is going to drop in. Oh, the right fielder catches it back to Kyle, tags up from third and scores. So it turns into a shallow sac fly by Alex Storr, and the Bulldogs' 8th run crosses the plate. So they erased the one they gave up last inning, and they now have it out on the board. 2 outs with a runner on second base for the Bulldogs. That's Gabriel on second. Dina Arnold laces one down the third base line, way ahead of it. So the Bulldogs have had a lot of hits and a lot of base runners, a lot of hot bats. And that's that drop ball that when she gets command of, that's a tough one to hit, let me tell you. Bulldogs have given up 1 run. I'm not sure if it was unearned or earned. It was an error on the base pass, but the swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning for the Bulldogs, but not before they tack on a couple more. And the score is Westerly 8, Tiverton 1. We have 5 in the books. We are headed to the 6th. This Westerly.Live production is brought to you in part by Remy's Cycles, Teddy's Toys, Valenti Subaru, Stratedia, Wireless Zone, and McQuay's Ace Hardware. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, folks. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Westerly.live on your web browser. Use your smart TV, Fire Stick, Roku, whatever it may be. Kick back, watch us full screen on your television, folks. Westerly.live, your only source for Westerly sports. If it's happening in town, folks, we're bringing it to you. We're bringing it to you live and in style. The umpire talking to Sophie Valentini on the rubber a little bit. Not sure what that is about, but back geared up is Arnold, as she was the last hitter in the inning. Creates a little bit of extra time between innings, but Valentini only throws like 2 pitches between innings. So, as I was talking about earlier, Valentini was the Athlete of the Week award winner, week ending April 9th. That was the second week of the year they've awarded it. And for Westerly, up this week is Dean Pons Jr. He is the Westerly baseball senior. He did strike out 12, not walk a batter, in a complete game victory against Prout. They scattered 6 hits, 2 runs. He improved to 2-0 in 13 innings. That's in the season to that point. He had 21 strikeouts, 3 walks, and an ERA of 1.08, and that's an outdated number. I know that for a fact, folks, because he's got another win. He's got 2 more appearances, and his ERA is 0.37 actively. So maybe they nominated him, unfortunately, the wrong week, or they're going to nominate him again next week because his numbers are even better. But if you like Dean Pons Jr. and you like his numbers, make sure you log on for him. And here we go. We are ready to start the 6th inning of play, folks. Valentini's pitch, and that's a nice little cut. Cuts back, a cutting fastball motion for a baseball. I guess it's a screwball maybe on a softball. Valentini gets that ball to move at so many different angles. Little movements at different angles keeps the batter off. And that's a big movement, big breaking ball to the outside, fouled away. Hard to get a good piece of that one either. That breaks hard and that breaks far. And she also has that pitch that drops low and in. Now that pitch to me is one of the more impressive ones. It's low speed, everything is off speed. And that one dropped low, and that one gets away from Arnold to throw to first, and she's not going to get there on time. So it's a strikeout, but they reach first on the pass ball. An unusual occurrence against the Bulldogs, without a doubt, but it takes an awkward bounce, and that's what you get. So the leadoff person on with a strikeout. You don't hear that a lot. It just happened the other day. And it's fouled straight back first pitch. So aggressively the Tigers are going out first pitch swinging here against Valentini. Trailing 8-1 and running out of time. They only have 6 outs left to come back in this one. And you need base runners. Valentini doesn't walk too many, so that means you got to swing the bat. And she does. It's a pop-up to Valentini. And she makes the catch. 1 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Runner clearly cannot advance. Pop nearly directly back up to the pitcher, as the pitcher is the least likely in the infield besides the catcher to catch a pop-up, as the infielders are always taught to call her off, but that was right at her and in front of her, so taking care of it herself. And off of first by a lot, I had a feeling to be a throwback. Just in on time is the runner. And she's got that spot down, Arnold does, right on the glove of the first baseman, Caracciolo. You got to keep your eyes up on every pitch if you're a base runner and you're playing against the Bulldogs. And that's swing and a miss. That's that low inside drop pitch, whatever they call it. Let me tell you, it's effective. And Valentini, that's her pitch. That's her pitch that I haven't seen anybody really make any solid contact off of beyond games like this. She go with an easy ground ball to Caracciolo, takes it, fields it, throws to second. Storr can't make the catch. Runner kind of didn't interfere, but got within her sight line of the throw. If I was Caracciolo, I probably would have just thrown it back to first. If you're going to make that play, you got to kind of step in and get a clean, visible sight line to your intended recipient. The throw went through the runner. Regardless, his runner's on first and second, 1 out. Force out at first, second, or third for the Bulldogs. Should have been a fielder's choice out. It's going to go down as an error. And first pitch strike, breaking ball over the plate for Valentini. We are in the top of the 6th inning, folks. Scores 8-1. We got runners on first and second with 1 out. Valentini's 0-1 offering is up and away. 1-1 count, checks are out first. Number 29 at bat for the Tigers. And that pitch is upstairs, 2-0 the count. 2-1 the count. Bulldogs got to play at any base. And she swings and grounds it to third. It gets by Austin. They're going to round third and go home. The play is going to come into the third baseman. She's going to hold. So the clean single is going to score the second run of the day for Tiverton, who's in business here. They're swinging the bats in the sixth. They've been swinging them all day. Just Valentini's been able to keep them just off balance enough, and the Bulldogs are playing just good enough on D. Little things like that fielder's choice would have helped. Next pitch that's hit, fouled off of her, 0-1 count. But it's little things like on a play like that, you both got to step one side or the other and create a clear sight line, then make the throw. Little things they're going to learn. They're going to get better throughout the season. But the score is 8-2, and that's a ball. And it's another check back at first. Tigers call timeout as Caracciolo held the tag. There is one out and runners on first and second. And the pitch upstairs almost got her to go and didn't. 2-1 the count. And the pitch over the plate, ground ball to Vettelino. She vacuums it up, throws to first, and that's second out of the inning. So there's runners on second and third with 2 outs. Valentini getting her pitch. And fouls it off the right side, 0-1 the count. Valentini's offering the 0-1 pitch, and that is fouled away as well. So 0-2 into the Tiverton crowd. And the 0-2 pitch, 2 outs, and fouled away just over the dugout. So number 19, also the Tigers' relief pitcher, fighting with an 0-2 count. Valentini looking at the Bulldogs in the dugout here for what may be their last at bat. All things go correctly, it will be. Correctly for them, I should say. And the pitch is fly ball left field. She has it eyed up and catches it over her shoulder. The inning is over. That's about the best contact of the day. I'd say, well, deepest for Tiverton. Westerly lines it up nicely and vacuums it up. So that is 7 unassisted for the third out of the inning, and that is 5.5 in the books. Bulldogs 8, Tiverton tacks on 1 more, Tiverton 2, and the Bulldogs will bat in their half of the 6th inning as the team gets together and gets their instructions before the bottom half of the 6th. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We're production brought to you in part by Strategia, folks, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off of a new one with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. So this might be Westerly's last at bat if they don't give up 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning. So I'll give you the one last swing around the world of Westerly sports. As in the volleyball team's starting to click. They have a 3-2 record, and they will hit Federico Gymnasium again on the 26th. Unfortunately, we will be bringing you live on the 26th the Westerly Bulldog baseball team that is already clicking on all cylinders as they stand at 8-0, and they are back in action on the 26th just across the complex here at Similori Field. They'll be hosting Tiverton They are in action as we speak right now in Tiverton. And their 8-0 record is being put to the test. And hopefully, I was hoping we would be able to possibly give you an update or a final, but this game is moving along much quicker than theirs, as is the case between sports. So that being said, that's all the live and the nearest upcoming Westerly action that's going on that we'll be bringing you. So today being Saturday, we'll be right back in action on the 26th. And we are ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs at bat, first pitch, number 15, Sophie Valentini, the pitcher. See if she can tack on a little more to her effort. She has done a great job at bat this season, having a nice season in the box. And it's always a tough task in high school. That's why in college you see pitchers only pitch and fielders hit. In high school, that's not the case. You have to learn how to mentally juggle both. If you have a bat at bat, you have to have the ability to erase that. And sometimes erase that immediately. If you're the third out, you have to walk back to your dugout, take your helmet off, throw your bat, which you should never do, place your bat down calmly, and walk out to the mound like it never happened. She does an excellent job of that. And if you have a tough game, bouncing back the next game. And not bouncing back, just bouncing back as she takes the 4-pitch walk. And not much that close other than that fourth ball. And she didn't have a bad game last game at all, but she bounced back in the means of top of the first, got her team right out of the gates, 3 up, 3 down with confidence, and that jump-started their offense. And then they needed that, and that's what started, and that just has carried out throughout the game. Tiverton's put up a nice effort. They've swung the bats. This relief pitcher's done a nice effort for the Tigers, but the Bulldogs have been aggressive at bat when they've needed to be. They've been smart on the bases. And currently, in the bottom of the 6th, have nobody out with a runner on first. And Emma Caracciolo at bat for the Bulldogs. 1-1 count. And the pitch, and she gets under it. And Shallow playing center fielder. So playing shallow has worked to her benefit, I would say. Bit her in about one time, and that did cost a couple of runs, but she's made several plays from that distance. She's obviously quite athletic and probably can make up most of the ground she gives up. You see how the field definitely slopes upwards in center field, so tracking deep is a little more difficult, but... 1-0 the count. Lily Vettelino, the second baseman, at bat for the Bulldogs, who have 1 out, 1 on in the bottom of the 6th. They are 3 outs away from their 5th victory of the season. They are currently 4-2. And the steal of second base is good. She is safe, I should say. It's not good. So the Bulldogs now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the inning. 2-0 count for Vettelino. It's got to be a good pitch. And it is, and she turns on it, and that's going to fall in front of the left fielder for a single. Dropped it in the perfect spot, and that is going to be a double correction as they throw into the cutoff man. Heads up base running by Lily Vettelino, realizing they were going to the cut man and taking it and turning it into a double on the books. And that's what it is. So the Bulldogs, with 1 out, are suddenly in business with runners on second and third. Good hitting and even better base running by Vettelino. And first pitch is a ball. Sarah Arnold at bat for the Bulldogs. Number 9, 1-0 count, 1 out. First base vacant. And a nice breaking ball in. And they throw down to third, but not. See, that's the difference, if you'll notice, between catches. Arnold's not going to wait for even her first baseman or third baseman to get there. She's going to throw it to where the tag is supposed to be. It's their jobs to get there. What you saw there was throwing to the position. That pitch, a nice job of trying to go with it, breaking ball away, fouled away to the right side. little things you see out of these young players, these freshmen and sophomores, is they're fouling it away, but they're fouling it away to the right side. If the pitch is breaking away, they're being taught and they're learning how to go away with it. If it comes inside, they come inside with it. Ooh, that was an outside pitch. Tough call. Called for a strike 3, and 2 outs in the inning. Must have caught the outside corner. 2 outs. And number 19 steps in, Isabella Austin for the Bulldogs, the third baseman. Upstairs, the pitch. Some major insurance runs sitting for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have gotten some contributions from all sorts of different sources here today. And that's a good sign with such a young team to be able to get contributions up and down the lineup on different days. The count is 3-0, 2 outs, bases vacant. Kaylee Lamb on deck, who is having a good day. I'd be pitching to the batter here if you can. That is a breaking ball. She is. She's trying to get to the strike zone. 3-1 the count. That was a nice breaking ball in the upper half of the plate. Boston still got to get a pitch to hit. Bottom of the 6th inning, and Tiverton's got 3 outs left offensively. They got to get it out of this inning first. 3-1 pitch. And that is called strike 2. So 3-2. Runners on second and third. 2 outs, bottom 6. 8-2 score. And the pitch inside, breaking ball, nice pitch. Called strike 3. And that is going to end the inning for the Tigers. Tough pitch, but it was on the inner portion of the plate. Had a late break to it. There's a few pitches that pitcher's thrown that if she can get a regular command of, she's going to be a tough nut to crack. I don't know what grade or class or anything about her, but I'm just saying she does a couple pitches in that arsenal that they're not regularly offered, but when they do pop up, they're tough ones to hit. That being said, we are through 6 innings of play. The score, Westerly 8, Tiverton Tigers 2. The Bulldogs are 3 outs away from their 5th victory of the season and a bounce-back game. And they've done one heck of a job, as has Valentini. An impressive job, who continues to do it with her bat and on the rubber. Almost done with her 1-pitch warm-up. And as probably, I will give her final congratulations for the Athlete of the Week, as a new one will be offered as next week begins. Athletes of the Week, I think they're awarded on like Tuesdays. And Valentini looking to finish off a victory here, a complete game victory. The pitch set to attempt a bunt. Doesn't pull back, and strike 1 is the 0-1 on the batter. And that one's inside, swing and a miss, lefty. 0-2 count, quickly up 0-2 is Valentini. When in the groove, has the ability to quick pitch a team to death when the inning's over before they even realize it. And that's a swing and a miss for the out. A little delayed response by me. So 3 pitches, 1 out for Valentini. Can't do better than that. He has several strikeouts on the day. That one's upstairs, and this bat's a little bit more patient. Ball 1. And that's the breaking ball in the outer portion. Nice pitch. Tough spot to hit. And outside, right where Arnold set up. And Arnold sets up. She moves her entire body like a catcher's supposed to, but she's good. She does it late. So she does it too late for the batter to look back and see. Swing and a miss. So she strikes out the second batter of the inning. Going out in style is Valentini here. 2 up, 2 down, 2 Ks, and a lefty steps in. Can she strike out the side to end the game here? Valentini looking to do so. 2 outs in the 7th inning, and the Bulldogs looking to put a nail in the coffin. 1 pitch, 1 strike, fouled straight back. They're 1 out away, 2 strikes away here for their Saturday afternoon 5th victory of the season, folks, on a beautiful afternoon. Bulldogs jump-started our Saturday in fashion. And that's going to be a fly ball, center field. And that is going to do it for the Bulldogs, folks. And the final score from Similori Field, the Westerly Bulldogs 8, the Tiverton Tigers 2. The Bulldogs bounce back in style. Valentini having a great game on the rubber and that bat. The Bulldogs getting contributions from all sorts of different players in the lineup and having a good game defensively. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Folks, you're going to see us again on the 26th. We will be across the complex and for some baseball action. The baseball team in action as we speak. They headed into today at 8-0, so they're either going to be 9-0 on the 26th or 8-1. Stay tuned. Tune in on the 26th. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio signing off, folks. We will see you soon.